name's Jereca. I'm 21 and I live in London. So I'm going to start with a little bit of history about myself. I didn't always live in London. I used to live in a small town called Slough, which is just outside of London. I moved to London because I was placed in foster care. I was in and out of foster care from a baby, back and forth. But when I was 10 years old, I got moved to London and I stayed in foster care until I was about 17 years old, and then I kind of moved on from there. So now I'm living by myself. But yeah, it was hard growing up. Being in foster care and stuff, because you don't always get that same support, or you do get support and you do get love, but it's not the same as how it would be if you were with, your actual parents. I didn't always have like a solid father figure in my life, so some of the stuff I had to learn through experiences, and yeah. So that's a little bit about myself. Things I'm interested in are makeup. I love makeup, and modelling and acting. I actually went to a drama school as well, which was really good. I'm currently trying to do some projects and stuff in terms of modelling and acting and makeup as well. So yeah. Okay, for me, I wasn't always aware of what was going on around me. I mean, the first time I really realised or recognised like racism or police brutality was when Mark Duggan got killed over here in Tottenham. I think I was 17 at the time. Yeah, I was 17 at the time. But yeah, it was when he got killed. Obviously, he was killed for no reason. I think I actually wanted to go to the riots, but I wasn't allowed to go out because I was like 17. So yeah. But yeah, that was the first time when I kind of recognised police brutality, because it doesn't really happen as bad as it does in America. Obviously in America, like, there's one getting killed every other day. So, but over here it doesn't really happen as much. Over here it's more of a thing of when the police see like a group of black boys, or they see black boys, walking down the street, they're the ones that are going to get stopped and searched. Like, it happens. I've been with black males walking down the street with them and the police are looking at them, or I've heard stories of the police stopping them and searching them and looking at their IDs and everything just because they're black. Well, obviously the police don't say, yeah, we're stopping and searching you because you're black, but it's obvious, do you know what I mean? So that stuff happens a lot, especially in London. So that's another reason, or when I recognised that sort of stuff is going on. Yeah. And also I started watching something called Hidden Colours. There's 3 parts. And they were talking about a lot of the stuff that's going on in America and society, and so that's when I started realising more so how deep things really are, and also to know that the history was being blocked from us. Like, when I was going to school, the only thing we really learnt about black history was slavery and Egyptology, which even then they kind of whitewashed that as well, because on the walls with all those paintings and stuff, they put chemicals on them to whiten the image. So they've never really taught us our history. They only taught us slavery, which, do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's how I've got to the point now where I want black people to know who they are and know their history. It's important. And when I have children, I'm going to teach them as well. I'm not going to obviously I'm going to send them to school, but I want them to know their history, not just what the school is telling them. I never had this knowledge. Like before I moved to London, I lived in a place called Slough, which is a small town, and I don't really remember going to school with. I don't remember any black people. There probably was other black people there, but there wasn't a lot. I only remember there being white people and Asian, Indian people there. And it was always a thing when I had my hair, because I had a lot of hair when I was younger. It was always, you know, oh my gosh, your hair, and, you know, touching your hair and stuff. But then when I moved to London, and I started going to school in London, and my hair, obviously, this bit of my hair is really soft, but this bit of my hair is really, like, really kinky and coily. I used to get teased, picky head, nappy head, you know, you got pepper grains, naps, so it's called naps, that was one of my names, hey, naps, but, I shouldn't be laughing about it, but yeah, I used to get teased for my hair, my picky head, as they would say, and, I didn't like myself. I hated my hair, so I started perming my hair, and it got to the point where I started perming my hair myself till it was bone straight, like my scalp, like my hair was sleek. And then I also started bleaching my skin, because for me, when I was younger, I had one black doll. It was one of them baby borns. That's the only one I had. But my actual dolls that I dressed up, and they were white, blonde hair, blue eyes. And then I had another doll which was like a doll head, and I actually still have the doll head. It's one of them Bratz doll heads, but she was white as well, and that for me is when I initially thought that was beauty, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. And so I think it's important, if you're a mother and you have children and everything, to give them black dolls. Like, don't give them white dolls, because when they're younger, their minds are always taking in information, and when they see that, they're just going to assume that that's beauty. But yeah, I didn't used to like that. But yeah, anyways, speeding up to like now, I obviously started doing more research about Black history and whatever, and then I started learning about, you know, natural hair and everything, and realizing that the chemicals that, like the perms and stuff that us black women put in our hair, is so detrimental. Like, it can cause so much damage to your hair, to your skin, and even it can cause diseases as well. So I was like, nah, like, I don't want fibroids, I don't want none of that. Like, perm is not healthy. So slowly I started doing more research about how I can take care of my hair. So I don't know, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see all of my posts with me, my braids, because I just have my braids in all time now, just as a protective style, because I want to, obviously I'm trying to grow my hair out and, you know, still get used to my texture. But yeah, just I started doing research, and then I started, you know, loving myself. When I started having my natural hair, I started loving myself and learning to love my hair. And, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it doesn't happen straight away, especially when you're used to something. It doesn't happen straight away. You have to learn to love yourself and love your natural hair. And when I started seeing posts online on the internet, you know, black women being queens, and that just made me feel better about myself. And to know that there's loads of women that are going natural as well, I think it's amazing. Before I felt this way about myself, and I need to stress how important this is. When you have a child, when you're black and you have a black child, you should give your children black dolls, Because when I was growing up, I was given white dolls. A white Barbie doll, blonde hair, blue eyes, and a Bratz head doll, which I actually still have. That was white as well. Now, parents need to understand, when children are growing up, their minds are growing, their minds are always learning. So everything that they see, everything that they hear, they're taking it all in. So for you to then give your child a white doll to dress up and play with and whatever, they're then going to associate the white doll as beauty. And that in turn may then make the child feel, am I beautiful? Like, when I was younger, I'm not even gonna lie, I had the Barbie doll, I wanted blonde hair, I wanted blue eyes. Why? Because that's what I was playing with, that's what I was seeing every day. So that's important. You need to make sure that you give the child a black doll. Well, when I was living with my mum, before I got into foster care, she used to perm my hair as well, so I used to see that. My hair was natural, but I used to see her perm my hair. She then did stop and went natural. She actually got dreadlocks at the end, but yeah. So fast forwarding now to end of primary school, beginning of high school. I used to get teased all the time for my hair. All the time I used to get teased for my hair. Because the thing with my hair is very soft here, like very wavy, and then like this bit is very kinky and very coily. And this is what I hate as well. The thing is, when I was getting bullied, I wasn't even getting bullied by white people. I was getting bullied by black people, which is really sad to know that your own people were bullying you. But I used to get teased for having a picky head, nappy head. What else used to get called? Pepper grains, naps. Like, all those names were coming from my own people, and that is coming from them not being taught as well about the beauty of our hair. And that made me hate myself. Like, I used to come home crying. Like, it got to the point where I begged my nan, can you please just, you know, perm my hair? Like, I don't like my hair. And that's what I did. I permed my hair, and then I went to the hairdresser at first, but then it got to the point where I wanted to perm my hair all the time, so to make sure no kinks or curls came through, so I started perming my hair like once a month, when you're meant to do, I think, minimum every 6 weeks. So I was doing it like every 4 weeks. I was buying it myself, perming it myself, and I think I even started dyeing my hair as well, a bit lighter. But yeah, I started doing that, and that was coming from me being teased for my natural hair. And then after that, I think I even started bleaching my skin. I went to the hair shop and bought those like body lotions and soaps and stuff as well to try and make myself lighter. 2012, I was up till then I was still bleaching, but yeah, I stopped that after the allergic reaction. I stopped that, and then I kept perming my hair though. Obviously I still had those inner insecurities that were placed on me by other people growing up. So then fast forward to maybe last year, obviously I started doing more research about black people, our history and everything. And then I started finding out that perm can cause so much troubles. Like, it can cause fibroids, it can cause like different diseases, cancers and stuff. It's really bad. Like, you could use perm as like to clean with, and it will get rid of. I saw some video of this really bad burnt pan, and they put perm on it, and the pan looked new. It took away all that stuff that was burnt into the pan. So perm is very, 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 very detrimental to you. So from there I was like, no, it's unhealthy for my body, it's unhealthy for my hair, so I need to stop. But then there was still that fear of, you know, like my hair's ugly, and you know, I don't like the way I look with my natural hair. So I started doing research on how to maintain my hair and how to take care of my hair, and I saw loads of testimonial stories of following, watching their YouTube videos and following their journeys and watching how long their hair has grown and everything, and it started giving me more confidence in myself to know there are these beautiful black women, and they look like queens with their natural hair. Like, it's so, I find natural hair so much more beautiful than the straight dead perm hair that just sits like this. My hair, my permed hair used to sit like this. My friend used to sit like this. But yeah, I was watching these natural women's videos and stuff, and watching, you know, the products that they were using and all that sort of good stuff. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Now I know what I know, how good my hair can be if I let it grow, and if I take care of it properly, and how beautiful natural hair is. I was like, I'm gonna stop. So I cut off all the permed bits and stuff, and then I started wearing wigs for the whole of winter. The beginning of this year, 2015, wearing wigs. I still have this insecurity about, you know, wearing my natural hair out. So I was like, I need to find another way. And I was like, you know, braiding. I used to have my hair braided when I was younger as well, and that made my hair grow. So I was like, okay, but braiding's expensive to keep, you know, having to do it all the time, to go to the hairdresser and do. So I was like, okay, YouTube, let me go on YouTube and see how to do like box braids. I tried it and I couldn't do it properly. I know how to do it now, but when I started out, I didn't know how to do it, and I was like, well, I like twists, more simple. So then I watched the YouTube tutorial, and then look, now I know how to do my own hair. And it's really long as well. But yeah, having my hair natural has given me confidence. And even though my hair's like in a protective style right now, I still feel confident with my hair in braids more than I did when I had permed hair and weave. Like, I don't know, being in your natural state isn't just in the physical, it's in your mind as well. I don't know how to explain it. You just feel so much more relieved. Like before, when my hair was permed, if it was raining outside, I would put a plastic bag over my head. I would not be going outside in the rain. I wouldn't go swimming. Like certain things I couldn't do because it was raining. But now my hair's in braids, I can go swimming, I can go out in the rain and not feel any way. I feel more comfortable. I feel, you know. So that's how I've kind of got into the place of, you know, being in my natural state. And also to love my skin as well. I think it was after that when I had the allergic reaction to the bleaching cream, and I stopped. The shine started coming back, the glow started coming back. Like even now when I go in the sun, like my skin's glowing. The sun, it just brings out the natural oils and everything in it. But yeah, when I started doing like watching online and looking at, you know, posts on Instagram and Facebook and seeing these black women just so in love. I know it's gonna sound vain, but so in love with their complexion and their skin and being content. And I thought to myself, you know what, I want to be like that as well. I want to be content with my skin colour. I want to be content with my hair. So I started, I don't feel no way about this, but I started getting up and looking in the mirror every day and being like, I'm beautiful, my skin's beautiful, my hair's beautiful, I'm beautiful, black is beautiful. Literally, that's what I started doing every day. I mean, I don't really do it now because I know that my skin's beautiful, I know that my hair's beautiful. But that's what I started to do, to install that into myself, because obviously growing up, that wasn't installed in me. if that makes sense. Obviously I had the white dollies around me and everything, so I just assumed that was beauty. The first line, love is power and so much power in one vessel can become too much, so share that power. That came about because I fell in love with a man, and it turned out that eventually he didn't want to be with me. And for me, I find that my love, or love in general, is power, you know. And when I fall in love with someone, or when I love someone, it's very deep, it's very passionate, and it's very raw, and it can sometimes can become too much or be overwhelming, so to speak. And so yeah, that little phrase, you know, so much power in one vessel can become too much. And because obviously he didn't want to be with me, or he didn't want us to go anywhere, for me, I was always, you know, having to hold these feelings that I have inside for him, and it was, you know, it was bugging me. It was kind of destroying me slightly. You know, you want to share that love, you want to be able to love them, you know, express that. If you're keeping all in here, it can be detrimental. So I thought, you know, let me start that love that I feel for him. Let me start channeling it. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but yeah, into, you know, putting it into other outlets. You know, being nice to people. You know, my friends, my family, and the ways that I express love is, you know, if someone asks me on the street for money, and if I have it, I'll give it to them. You know, like especially if they're in trouble. You know, I want to help them. That's me showing love. Or if I'm going to my friend's house and I'm going to the shop, or I'm stopping off at the chicken shop, I'll be like, I'll call them and be like, oh, do you want anything? Do you want this? And I'll buy it for them. You know, to be nice. I'm not going to go turn up to their house empty-handed. I've always got an open ear, and I'll give my advice if I have advice to give them. You know, make people feel good about themselves, because, you know, words of affirmation, you know, being nice to people verbally is an act of love. You know, spending time with people. So that's how I express love. I think everyone's capable of doing that, to be honest, but yeah, that short little poem came from me kind of getting my heart broken, but yeah. I can't personally relate to the issues because I don't really experience them on a daily basis. I mean, I know people that have experienced it, and the only thing I really have experienced was when I was younger, and that was kind of, not racism, but, you know, when I was talking about my hair and getting teased for that. But now I don't really experience that now. But yeah, I think my role is to just make people aware. I want them to know that they're beautiful, you know. A lot of the time, black girls are growing up not knowing or feeling that they're beautiful. So for me, I feel like my role is to let them know that they're beautiful and that they're queens. That's it really, and to let the men know as well, to, you know their history, and to treat black women as well with respect, and to treat them like the queens to treat us like the queens that we are. So yeah, it's just, for me, I think my role is just to make people more aware. It's to, with your goals and aspirations, you need to have a plan. You need to know, you know, set out what you need to do to get to complete your goals. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of giving up. I'm not even gonna try front, but eventually I always turn it around. So I'm a very determined person. I turn things around. And I'd be like, okay, it didn't work out this way, let me try and do it this way. Because the most important thing is, when things get really hard, it's important to push through that. You know, like, okay, when I was younger, I used to do running, and we used to do like really intense like workouts and stuff, and sometimes I used to get to the point where I was running so hard that I felt like I wanted to vomit. And the important thing was I had to always push through that. I had to keep running, even though I felt like I was gonna vomit. I had to keep pushing through that, and when I actually kept running, I didn't vomit. I was fine. So yeah, basically just to keep going. Like when things get hard, just keep pushing yourself and set out mini goals for your main goal, if that makes sense. So once you complete that one, tick that off, and you complete the next one, tick that off, until eventually you get to your goal. Yeah, just be determined, you know, even when things are going bad. I try to find another way to do things to get to where I want to be. So if one thing doesn't work out, I'll find another route to get to that same goal. But yeah, I wanted to say one last thing, and this, I'm going to start off with the women. Women, please love yourself. Like, even if you don't love yourself at the moment, you don't love your natural, you know, your natural hair, or you don't love your skin color. Like, even if you have to do what I did and wake up every morning and tell yourself that, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're beautiful, do it. Even if you have to watch, you know, other like bloggers and stuff on YouTube about natural hair and, you know, self-love, do it, because if you're not going to love yourself, who else will? Do you know what I mean? So please learn to love yourself. And also, this goes up to men and women. Don't, this whole light skin versus dark skin thing needs to stop. Like, we shouldn't be turning on each other. Like, slavery days is long gone. Like, it's long gone. We need to stop turning on each other. We need to become one, because if we don't become one, nothing is going to change if we're still fighting with each other. Black people, we need to stop teasing each other as well. Like, when I said I used to get teased in school for having really kinky hair, like, don't turn on each other. Like, don't tease someone because they've got really, really kinky hair, and vice versa. Don't be like, oh, to like someone that's got like looser curls, oh, you think you're too nice because you've got like you've got wavy or looser curled hair. Like, don't turn on each other because of the way we look, skin color and hair. We're all black. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And I wanted to point out as well, like, you black men that say I don't date black women, or I won't date anyone that's darker than me, that needs to stop as well. Because is your mum not black? Like, for me, I don't see an issue with colour. I've dated guys that are lighter than me, mixed race, curly hair, you know, light eyes. I've dated guys that are darker than me with kinky hair. I've dated guys that are darker than me that are coolie. I've dated guys that are the same colour as me that are black. I've dated guys the same colour as me that are coolie as well. Like, it's like I don't see an issue with what shade you are. Like, love is love, so stop, you know, be like, oh, I'm never gonna date a black girl because that's darker than you. Like, that needs to stop. Like, you need to start loving your own women. Like, we're the ones that are here, you know, fighting for our rights and being there with you, because we black women, we go through struggles as well, and we understand your struggles, black men. So stop saying that you don't want to be with us, and because we're too dark for you. Like, and as well, this is what I don't like: men that complain about, oh, you've got, you know, your hair's like nappy and all this stuff, curly, but then you complain when women wear weave, and then you complain when women are wearing perm and their hair's cutting out. Some of the time when women do all this stuff, to all these different things to their hair, is because of trying to impress the men. And men, you need to stop putting women down, especially if we're in our natural state, with our natural hair. Don't take the piss. But yeah, I just wanted to get that away. I just want everyone to be unified, you know, stop turning on each other. women to women stop turning on each other, black men stop turning on each other, black men stop fighting with each other, because then it's making everything look bad, because then the government will be like, oh well, the black men are killing each other, so you know they're doing crime, so they have an excuse. They will use that as an excuse to why they're in America, they're killing off the black men, because they'll be like, oh, they're killing off each other, they're doing crime, this, that. Stop turning on each other. But yeah, if anyone ever wants any advice or just want to talk about this sort of stuff, just my DM's always open. My Instagram is at Jereca Tafari, so that's JerecaTafari. I'm the same as for Twitter as well. So yeah, my DMs are open, and if you want to talk about this sort of stuff, follow me on Instagram.